Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. I know I usually go live a little bit later, usually around 8:30. I'm actually teaching 3 classes tonight. I don't know how that happened, but your girl has been booked and busy lately. Okay, and so true to fashion, true to form, right? Those of you who are watching this live, go ahead and type in live in the comments. Where are you watching from? Are you watching from South Florida? Are you watching from home? Not clearly, most people are watching from home. Where are you watching from? Are you watching? Hi, Shedda. How you doing? I miss you, Queen. All right, awesome, awesome. So I see a couple of people. Those of you who are in LinkedIn, go ahead and type in LinkedIn and the state that you're watching from. And this is the first time live from Florida. Hello, hello, job. Okay. Now, this is the first time that I'm actually going live on YouTube. So I'm actually testing some things out, right, to see how things are panning out. All right. So I don't know if anybody's watching from YouTube or if anybody's watching the replay on YouTube. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, go ahead and type in replay or anywhere that you're watching, right? That's the beauty of technology. The beauty of artificial intelligence is being able to evolve, right? To evolve my business. Okay. So those of you who are watching me for the first time, especially I'm going to live on YouTube for the first time, so I don't know who is seeing me, who's not seeing me, right? My name is Katiana Kare. I'm a certified money coach and I'm a licensed personal financial professional, okay? What does that mean? I am here to help you establish strong foundations in your savings, investments, and overall wealth building strategy, okay? Wealth building is not just a buzzword, right? It's not just, hey, generational wealth and let's all go make money and then crickets, right? It requires strategy, it requires focus, it requires discipline, it requires dedication, and that's what I'm here for. I actually posted something today where I said, most my clients do not hire me for information, right? That's what these lives are for. I put free information on my posts, I put free information on my lives, right? My clients do not hire me for information. There's plenty of information out there. As a matter of fact, there's so much information out there that a lot of my clients tell me that they're overwhelmed. And so why do my clients hire me? My clients hire me because they know that working with me, they will have a strategy to optimize their investments, right? They know that the stock market will be demystified and they will transform the way that they see money and transform the way that they handle money, okay? All right, so what is the purpose of this live? The ABCs of investing, right? The purpose of this live, if you see me looking down, is so I can keep up with my notes. If not, I'm going to ramble all over the place and nobody wants that, okay? All right, so the purpose of this live is to demystify, like I have here on my notes, Kat say demystify the fundamentals of investing to clarify the differences between savings, investing, and trading. We're going to talk about what is the difference between investing, savings, and trading. Those of you who are watching, whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, go ahead and type it in the chat, all right? What is the difference between savings and investing? Talk to me in the chat. If you had to guess, right? If you had to guess, I know somebody had asked me, am I going live? The other day they slid into my DMs and they're like, Kat, are you going live today? And I said, no, I went live yesterday. And I asked them why. Why did you ask? And they were like, yeah, because I follow you and I want to see every time you go live. Guys, I don't go live every day. So anyways, I know that was a little side note, but everybody in the chat, those of you watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, and on Facebook, on the Facebook group, go ahead and type in, right? What do you think is the difference between savings and investing? Talk to me in the chat. Anybody? Okay. All right. So since nobody can guess, right? Or maybe there's not enough people to type into the chat. I know it's 6:00. Usually I go live at 8 or 8:30. I know I threw you off the schedule. Oh, somebody just wrote something. Okay. Someone said investing is growing your money, but saving is putting money somewhere for some reasons. Okay, Facebook user, I like this one. All right, I'm not sure who you are, right? Because I'm using StreamYard to be able to stream from multiple places all at once, right? Investing is growing your money, but savings is putting it somewhere, right? Sounds like savings is to keep it safe. Someone said ROI. Absolutely, right? The return on savings is very low, if any. The return on investment is usually much higher, okay? So those of you who are writing notes, what is the purpose of savings? The purpose of savings is to keep your money safe. Talk to me in the chat. Write it in the chat. Safe. SAFE. The purpose of a savings account is to keep your money safe, okay? Why would I want to keep my money safe? Talk to me in the chat. What are some reasons? Because someone said that you're putting your money somewhere for some reasons. What are some reasons for wanting to have a savings? Talk to me in the chat. What are some reasons for having a savings? I'll give you one, an obvious one that everybody is probably thinking, right? Is for emergencies. Now, those of you who are my students, I don't know if any of my students are here and watching, right? But those of you who are my students, you know that I'm not a fan of the word emergency fund, okay? I'm not a fan of it. That's not my favorite word. But for the lack of a better term, because the rest of the world outside of Katiana's little universe, right? Outside of Katiana's little world, right? We call it an emergency fund, right? You want to save for a rainy day. You want to save for if things were not to go according to plan. This is a book recommendation, by the way, right? The Psychology of Money. This is actually a required book for my students in my memberships and my students who are working one-on-one with me and those in my group programs, right? The book is called The Psychology of Money. And in the book, one of the things he said, and I love this line, it's my favorite line, and I always repeat it. You want to plan for your plan, not going according to plan. All right, I'm going to repeat that. We must plan for our plan, not to go according to plan. I'm going to say it one more time. We must plan for our plan, not going according to plan, right? And so that means we need to have a backup for our backup. Somebody write in the chat, backup for our backup, right? It's not about just an emergency fund. It's not about, oh, I'm just, I've got $25,000, I got $50,000 in the bank, and I'm balling. Yes, that's part of it. You have a confidence to yourself. You know that any emergency that comes across your desk, you're going to be able to handle it. You have opportunities that you can take if you have $50,000, $70,000 saved, right? But it's not just about having the $50,000, $70,000 saved. It's about why. What is the why behind it? Because if you just say I have $50,000 that's just sitting in an account, any little thing that comes up, you're going to find a reason to spend it. You're going to find a reason to spend it. You're going to say, well, I have $50,000. Well, I have $70,000. I've got some extra money here lying around. I might as well spend it, right? But when we have a reason for it, like the young lady said, or the young man who typed this, right? When we have a plan, a strategy for it, right? We have discipline for it. So you want to obviously plan for emergencies, right? You also want to plan for other things that you have, such as your investments, such as your real estate, such as your business, such as this land thing that you're doing in Haiti. A lot of my clients have some sort of land deal going on in Haiti. Some of my clients have international businesses, right? There are things that could happen with these things. I'm not, knock on wood, we're not hoping that anything happens, but we must always have a backup plan. And so the purpose of your savings is to keep money safe so that you have enough money in case your plan doesn't go according to plan. Type in a 3 in the chat if you're with me. Type in a 0 if I lost you. That is the purpose of a savings. All right, second thing, what is the difference between savings and investing? Somebody said ROI. Oh, sorry, somebody in the chat had said house, right? A lot of people save up for a house, right? Somebody said, yes, for rainy days. Absolutely. Let's bring our attention to the investing, right? When I asked what is the difference between savings and investing, someone said ROI, right? Just like having that $50,000, that $70,000, that $90,000 saved in your account gives you that confidence, that va-va-voom, that, hey, I can handle anything financially. Someone breaks a leg, I got you. Flat tire, I got you. You're behind on this, I got you, right? Having that type of cushion, having that type of money does give you a confidence, but there comes a point where it becomes detrimental to your finances, right? I'm going to say this, as much as savings is important, no one ever saves their way to wealth. Kat, that made no sense. You just gave me a whole bunch of reasons. You said plan for the plan, not to go according to plan. You repeated it 3 times, and now you're telling me that there's such thing as saving too much. Yes, I'm sorry to say it. And that's why financial professionals like myself, expert financial professionals who are trained in the industry, no, guys, it's not just because I did it with my own money, although that is a plus, but I have been trained in this. I have my master's in finance, I have my licenses, and I have experience in the field, right? And so there's a reason why the financial professional like myself exists, is to demystify these things. Guys, I don't expect you to know all of this. You know, one of my clients, let me pause and tell you a story. One of my clients, she's 7-figure business owner. She's making multi-million dollars in her business. Her husband is well-paid, making multiple 6 figures. And by the way, guys, just because your business is making $1 million does not mean your salary is $1 million. Okay? All right? Just the heads up. All right? Your salary is one thing, the business revenue is another, but that's a whole nother life, right? And so, you know, her husband is making multiple 6 figures. Her business is making 7 figures, right? And she has plenty of money. She has roughly around, I think she had about $128,000 just sitting in the bank collecting dust. And she said to me, Kat, you know what? I've been saying to myself that I'm going to hire a financial professional. I'm going to hire someone like yourself to help me with my investments, but I've been so embarrassed. Can you believe that? You think you're embarrassed about your finances. We have someone whose business is making 7 figures, multi-million dollar business. Her husband is making multiple 6 figures, right? She has 6 figures saved, cash in the bank, and she feels embarrassed about her finances. Right? I'm here to tell you there is nothing to be embarrassed about. I have seen it all. That's why I do what I do. If you were expected to know all of this on your own, there wouldn't be a need for intelligent, profitable investors. There wouldn't be a need for this business. There wouldn't be a need for people like myself. So I invite you to give yourself a little bit of grace. It's okay if you don't know all of this, okay? All right? Just wanted to step into that for a second. I was called to say that. But yes, okay? You cannot save your way to wealth. Yes, savings plays an important part. But just like drinking too much water can kill you, saving too much can also kill you financially. Why? Why do you think that it is not prudent, that it is not smart, that it's not a good idea to save all of your money and have zero investments? Talk to me in the chat. Why isn't it a good idea to have all your money in savings and zero of it invested? Talk to me in the chat. And by the way, while you guys are typing in the chat, right? The question was, let me repeat it one more time. Why is it not a good idea to save 100% of your money and not invest any of it? Okay. Ashanti says it doesn't grow, right? You want your money to multiply. Guys, we are all here. We have mastered the art of exchanging our time for dollars. Okay. We clock in or whatever, we show up, we do X, Y, and Z, we get paid. We show up, we do X, Y, and Z, we get paid. We show up, we do X, Y, and Z, we get paid. We mastered that. A lot of us, especially in the Caribbean community, in the Black community in general, we're hard workers. One thing about Black women is we know how to make a way out of nothing. And so we know how to work hard. We know how to grind it out. We know how to do all of that. But what would it look like if we had our money do all of the hard work for us? Whew, what would that feel like? Take a moment. What would it feel like to have your paycheck come into your account and then directly go to work for you and multiply itself? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of investing. Now, I'm not here. I had someone, one of the feedback they gave while we were doing market research was, oh, it seems like Tatiana is just trying to convince people to invest. I'm not here to convince you to invest. I am here to hone in and to drill in the importance of investing. Because sometimes we put off investing until later. Ooh, let me get out of debt first. Ooh, let me get my savings right. Ooh, let me get this money right. Ooh, let me get this business off and running. Ooh, let me get X, Y, and Z. Ooh, let me wait till the kids graduate. Ooh, let me wait till this. Meanwhile, all of that compound interest, you're missing out on it, right? And so this is not to push you or convince you to invest. It is to express the importance of having your money multiply itself. There are two things you always use to pay for things. You can, let me say that again. Scratch. Whenever you want to purchase something, whenever you want to access something, there's two ways to do it. One, time, give in your time. Two, give your money. And only one of those two is infinite. I'm going to repeat that. When you want something, when you want access to some things, there are two ways to access it: by giving your time or by giving your money. And between time and money is the only one that is infinite. Your time is not infinite. There will come a time where you can no longer show up and get paid. I'm going to repeat that, right? There's going to be a time where you can no longer show up and get paid. And that time might be when you're 65, when you're 70, when you're 90, or it might be tomorrow. A lot of times we invest for the future, for the long term, for the retirement, right? But we also need to look at what's going on today as well. Do we have enough money in case I'm not able to show up and get paid? All right. Okay, moving on. The third point I wanted to make is the difference between investing and trading. Anybody? I know Victoria, I don't know if she's still watching. Victoria was here earlier. Victoria talked about what is the difference. Are you team investing or are you team trading? Earlier, she had posted that, right? And so team investing or team trading, what's the difference? Those of you writing notes. Investing is long-term. When you're in the finance world, right? In the finance world where you're using jargon, whenever anybody says investing, they are automatically talking about long-term. Kat, what does long-term even mean? In the textbooks, okay, the outdated textbooks from the 1980s, the 1999s, and the early 2000s, they will say that investing is holding on to your investments for 5 years or more. In Katiana's world, in Katiana's experience, because Katiana is trained as a licensed personal financial professional, and she also has her master's in finance. So she's got the books, but she's also got the experience. And the experience has taught me 10 years or more. Write this in your notes. Investing is holding on to something for 10 years. Here's the problem with investing. People want to put in $100 and have it turn into $1 million in 30 days. That's what they want. They don't want to hear 10 years. You mean I got to hold on to Apple for 10 years? Meanwhile, the person who's not complaining about holding on for Apple and bought it 10 years ago is retired. He's sitting on the beach somewhere. And I said he because it's most likely a he. Right? And so long-term investing, what is the purpose of long-term investing? Long-term investing is your legacy building. Guys, how many of you, your life would be completely different if you started your investment journey 10 years ago? Started. I'm not saying get it right. I'm not saying, go buy the best stocks and make the best investments and get everything right and literally do everything perfectly. I mean, just starting your investments. Right? And so long-term investing is about legacy building, all right? Trading is about creating cash flow for now. Write this in your notes. Trading is about creating cash flow for now. You are buying low, you are selling high. Buying low, selling high, and creating the cash for now. Trading is a skill. No, it is not something that you go and watch 2 or 3 YouTube videos and go down the YouTube rabbit hole and sign up for this free course and that free course and this other free course and watch this guy's podcast and watch that YouTube video and think somehow you're going to make $1 million in the stock market. It's not happening. As a matter of fact, did you know that most day traders are bankrupt? Most day traders do not make any money. Yes, all those day traders you're watching on YouTube all over the internet, they're not making any money. They're making money from their YouTube video views, and they're making money from the courses that they sell you. That's how they're making money. They're not making money from trading. I hate to break it to you. Well, Kat, you're just saying that because they're your competitors. All right, go watch their YouTube videos. Tell me once you've made $1 million watching them. Okay, I'm not here to throw shade. Notice I didn't drop any names. I don't even need to drop any names. Anybody on YouTube who has a large following, who's talking about day trading, I could tell you 99% of the time they are not making any money. They're making their money from the YouTube views. Guys, we have to use discernment in our investing strategy. Discernment is something I cannot teach you. No guru can ever give that to you. That is something that you build from within. And this is why a huge portion of the work that I do with my clients is spiritual. Here I go. I'm about to preach. Guys, the true wealth building journey is the internal shifts that are required to happen for you to allow yourself to step into the greatness that you were destined for. That is the point of wealth building. It's not about putting $100 in this crypto and getting 1,000% return, putting your money, putting $3,000, your rent money on Dogecoin or on Shiba coin and watching it flop. That's not what trading, investing, that's what any of this is about. It's about the internal shifts, rediscovering your true desires, rediscovering who you truly are. Why are you even doing this? It's very easy to just show up and get paid. You know how many times I've wanted to say, you know what, I'm just going to go get a job because all I got to do is show up and get paid. That is much easier. Yes, it might be boring. Yes, you might not like it because you don't like your boss. But at the end of the day, all you got to do is show up and get paid. You don't need to look at yourself in the mirror every day and determine, am I being the best version of myself today? You don't need to assess every obstacle in your way and say, what is this teaching me? You don't need to have a stronger relationship with God so that you can see clearly through the fog because there's so many different opinions about your business and your wealth building journey. You don't need to do any of that. You just need to show up and get paid. And so when we get on this wealth building journey, it's a journey of self-discovery, because when you do the inner shifts within you to step into your greatness, guess what? You inspire everyone around you to also be great. I'm going to repeat that. When you step into your greatness, when you step into who you truly are, when you allow yourself the permission to be great, you inspire everyone around you. That's what wealth building is all about. It is not about buying the next shit coin, whatever the coins are. That's not what investing is. Okay? And so I'm going to wrap it up. I do have more notes, but we're going to make this a series. Okay? Type in a 7 if you felt that, because I felt that. I needed to say that. It's been a while. Every time I get on these lives, I'm like, Kat, you're not how you used to be. You don't preach anymore. You need to start preaching to them. Well, it came out today because I need a church fan or something. I need to get a church fan because I felt that message. Type in a 7 if you received that message, right? It wasn't part of my notes, but I felt like you needed to hear that. Okay? All right, guys. So what's next? Kat, you told me the difference between savings, you told me the difference between investing, and you told me the difference between trading. So what's next? What do I do next? Those of you who are looking to work with me, I'm going to put it in the chat. Go ahead and click on the link below. Okay, go ahead and click on the link below. I'm going to put it in link below to schedule your free strategy session with me. Okay, so today, all right, since a lot of you, I've put out this free strategy session for you guys a couple of times, but I see a lot of you have been hesitant to book it. So today, So today I actually did one today, and it just fired me up. Okay. So I wanted to describe exactly what you can expect in the free strategy session. Well, first of all, why am I doing it free? The reason why I'm doing it free is to get to know, are we a good fit? Right? Because remember what I just said, your wealth building journey has nothing to do with Shiba coins and 1,000% return. It's none of that fluff. If you want that fluff, this is not for you. Right? This group's not for you. If that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for someone to tell you, go buy this option and make $1,000 overnight, this is not the group for you. Okay. So I'm sorry to say it. You just might as well leave right now, because it's just not going to become that ever. Okay. But here's what to expect. So you hop on the call. First, we get to know each other. Okay. Because you're a human being. I'm a human being. I don't have to do this. I choose to do this because I want to create an impact in my community. The more lives I change, the more lives you change, and the more lives are changed in our community. Okay. And so we get to know each other. Then you tell me what your goals are. What do you want your investments to do? If you don't know what that is, I help you figure that out. Okay. Then we quantify. Because whenever we're headed anywhere, whether it's within your finances, whether we're headed in debt management, whether it's a savings goal, whether it's, hey, Kat, I'm spending way too much on Uber Eats. Hey, Kat, I'm spending way too much on Amazon. Whatever it is that is going on, we put together a plan to fix it. And if it makes sense for us to work together, whether that's enroll in one of my programs, enroll in my membership, right? Or just a one-on-one portfolio audit, whatever it is that makes sense for us to do, we can do that. If there is no synergy, if you're like, you know what, this Cat girl, she looks nice on social media, she's cute and all, but I don't know, our personalities just don't mesh, well, then that's okay as well, okay? All right, and so go ahead, click on the link below, go ahead and book your free strategy session. I can't wait to get on there with you. And any questions? Any questions? Okay, so I got some people, they said, preach. Money is infinite. That's right. Money is infinite. Preach. Amen. Ashe. Yes. Okay, beautiful. A couple of sevens. Okay, I am worthy of abundance. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here with me. I will see you next Tuesday. I'm sorry, next Monday, our regular scheduled 8 p.m. Okay, I know today I made it 6 o'clock, but yeah, I gotta go. I have a class that I'm teaching at 6:30. And so I will see you soon. Okay. Have a great night, everyone. I don't see any questions. And by the way, if you're on YouTube and you're watching, please leave a comment or something so I know people are watching on YouTube, because I don't know, right? This is my first time. So help a sister out. Give me some feedback on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.